Hey everyone, and welcome to Devlog number 6 for Comic Collab. My name is Aaron. I'm the founder of Fair Spark Books and UK-based charity Little Heroes Comics. Today we're going to be talking about how the software on comic collaboration is coming along. We started the development for this just over about 53 days ago, just over 2 months. And it's been 52 days solid work on it and about a week of just little bits of work, and we're getting very close to our next beta release. And since the last update, there's been tons of changes, tons of UI changes, loads of work done. So I just want to kind of give you a refresher of where the product is at, and I'd love to get your feedback. So as you can see on screen at the moment, here is the new design for the front page at the moment as it stands. You have the register screen. You have to accept our terms, which will be in place very soon, but you still have to do it just for this test. If you already have an account, you can just log in, or you can now reset your password. So that's great. So let's just jump straight in. With the new UI, we have exactly the same kind of layout as before, but what's different is just the feel. We're not using that material UI library anymore. We're using one called Element UI, which I will put in the description. So every time you create a project, it will be here, and it will appear on this left hand menu. Every single project will appear on this left hand menu as a new menu item, and then you have these sub pages for each and every single project, which I'll walk you through right now. First of all, we have the task board. The task board is a very simple drag and drop task system. There's not a lot of logic to it. You just can you have these series of columns. We predefine 6 for you straight out the bat, which are script, pencils, inks, colors, lettering, and done, because that's roughly what the life cycle of each page of a comic is. As you can see, if you were to add a new ticket, so hello update, this is a ticket, it will immediately add it to the board. You have to click save currently, but I will be putting an auto save in at some point. It will give it no color by default. It has this gray, and if you click on this ticket, you'll be able to see more about it, so the description, when it was created, etc., and you can obviously change the colors, but make sure you click save. You can then drag and drop your task across the board, and you're going to see that these numbers indicate how many are in each section. If you wanted to rearrange these columns or delete a column or add a column, you would just go to your board settings, and you have this new section here, so we can change script to scripts, and then save those settings, and you can see now it says scripts. The final feature on this page is the ability to archive a project. So we do have a section called done, but you don't want this being full up too much. So eventually you might want to start removing stuff you've already done. And the way to do that is just click archive. It will remove from the board. Make sure you save it. And that will bring us to the next item on the list, the task archive. If you click on the task archive, you'll see a list of all the tickets that had been archived and when they were archived. So you can see this one today at 5:43, because it is 5:43, and these are done in order that they were the oldest one first, but eventually I want to build out this page so you could do filtering, you could see a lot more information, but this was just the first MVP of that. Then moving on to scripts. Scripts allow you to create a new script, obviously. So let's just say my comic 1, my comic issue 1, and then when you view this, there's some really exciting things. We have this built-in editor, and the way to use that is just by clicking in and then pressing enter. Enter always starts a new line, and you'll get this little plus icon appear. You can either tab, which will bring up the menu, or you can just click the plus and it will bring up the menu as well. And you can do text, you can do headers, you can do tables, lists, checklist, but the two that we've custom built for this editor are the speech and comment. So a speech essentially allows you to create a part in your script where dialogue happens. So this would be Tom it'd be something like, hey James, what's up? And then James might decide to go, James, nothing, just chilling, having a bud. Yeah. And then you can save that. Now, something else we added was the ability to add pages anywhere within the project. So at the start of the script, at the end, before the page you're currently on, and after. You can also delete and traverse pages. You can also traverse pages by clicking them. So let's add one at the end. You can see clicking on number 2 will add this here. And what's this little yellow thing that's appeared? This is what we call a script note. And the way this works is in this little planner section on the left, you can create new notes. This is a way to overview your idea of how your script is going to work. So if you're like someone who likes to plan out the whole story before you start writing, this is a good way to do it. Leave yourself little notes, and then you can assign those notes to a particular page. And when you're on that page, you're going to see it at the top. You can just hover over the little yellow and it will tell you exactly what you wrote on that script. So for example, I might just add a note that's like, John always lies. Make sure in dialogue, John always lies. And for reference, that's just on page 1. So if I were to go to page 1, I can now see that on there as a reference. Now, we're really hoping this will help you shape up your script as you're developing it. And eventually we're going to allow you to do multiple pages, associations, drag and drop these to make them a bit organized. But that was just the minimum product to get that done. So go around, play with that, let us know what you think. Then under the artwork section, nothing's really changed since last update, just the way it looks. You can obviously leave messages on an artwork that you upload. You can also zoom in so you can really get in there and understand what's going on. And you can just keep adding new artwork. Let's add up something really exciting, the Spark ad. So as you can see, it'll upload the artwork, it'll create a record, attach it to your project. This is only taking long because it's a development environment. And then there it is. And then you can go in there, have a really good look at all of the different aspects of it, and leave comments. The next part is team chat. It's just a team chat board. It will keep a record of all the messages, so you can just have a general open chat. We've had ideas of expanding this further by adding chat rooms, so we will think about that a bit later on, but for now it's just one particular thing. Now, the biggest change we've made to projects as a whole is allowing the settings page to be developed. Obviously you still have the ability to archive and delete, and by the time the beta goes live, we should be able to update the title and the image for a project. But the exciting part is team member access. Now you can invite a team member to also collaborate on your project. And the way you do that is they have to sign up to the site currently, and then when they have logged in and they've got their email address that they used, type in that email address in here, tell them what access you want them to have, and then just click send. They will get an email. They click on that email to accept the invite, and then you're both simultaneously working on the same project. And you can talk in the scripts, you can talk in the artwork and team chat. Now, for example, I might get an editor to work on my script. So they'll go into my script, they will click like, oh, Tom, fine. They will do a little thing and they'll click on this little icon called comment. And they can just leave a little editor's note. It could just be like, maybe say, what's up, Dark? Yeah. And then that gets saved, and that's an editor note. That can be deleted, it can be removed, but that's just one of the other little features. So feel free to have a play around. We really need your help. And then when you're ready, if you can submit some feedback by clicking the link on the left, you'll be brought to our public issue tracking, which is where we want any bug fixes, any suggestions for features to be raised. Just click on the little issues icon, and then just click new, and you'll be able to leave us a comment. Have a look and see if it's already been raised, and if it is, add your comment to it. If you see a feature that you really want to support, add a comment to it so we know. The other thing you can do is we have a little community button which you can have a little live chat in here. No one's really using it yet, but when they do, I'll be in here. Just leave messages. We can try and help live if there's any problems. And then the section that we've added now, but it's hopefully will be ready for beta, but it will 100% be ready for when the software goes live, is the help section, which will have a section for every single part of the site on how to use it, and then any release notes for the releases. And you can always see what the latest version is down at the bottom of the page. This is so that we can make sure that you know what's happened since you last came in, for example, or last accessed the software. And the way this works is we just store a little bit of information on your local storage called, like, let me just find it. It is application local storage, just called last version seen. And so if I was to change this to 1.0, I know that 0.2 is the latest. So if I now refresh this page, you'll see that on the dashboard when you log in, you'll get this new bar across top that says this software has been updated since you last logged in, to see it, or it updated in the time that you were using the software. You can click on this and you'll see what all of the stuff that changed. And that's important because we want to make sure you guys know all of the new features that go in, how they're used, things like that. So have a look. The last thing is there's now an account settings page where you can actually delete your account. So once you've finished playing around on the beta and you don't want to be part of it anymore, just delete your account. It's no data stored. The only thing that we'll store is a unique reference and to that account previously, so that we can keep a record of all of the projects that were ever made and how they were made and stuff like that. There's no personal data saved when you click delete account. So definitely have a play and look for the link for the dev in the description, and I'll see you on the next devlog. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and follow us over on Twitch, which is also in the description, because that is where I've been streaming almost every day more development of this software, and I'd love to have you guys involved, so jump on in. And until the next devlog, have a good day. Bye.